Hello, welcome to the United Man. My name is Shane. Today we're going to be going through all the latest transfer news and gossip. We're going to be drilling down to try and find out what's concrete and what's not on all the incomings and outgoings. As I said before, always going to try and get down to the facts and what's a load of cobblers and what's actual, where there's some truth in it as well. And as before, I will be giving my rating from 0 to 100% on each individual transfer. And what I'd like you guys to do is drop your own percentage chance on each individual deal as well. Whether that be 10% or 95%, let me know in the comments below. Starting with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Right, so this one seems to have gathered pace. When it first come to fruition, I kind of just ignored it, thinking it was just media hype. It seems to have gathered some pace. Now, based on what Solskjaer looks on doing, he wants speed, he wants pace, he wants energy. Now, Aubameyang has that all in abundance and is obviously proven with his time here last season with Arsenal. What he doesn't have on his side is age. He's currently 30, going to be 31 this season. So that being said, it's not to say that we can't have any experience throughout the side whatsoever. With that, I believe we should have some experience in each position to both provide some impact now and some mentorship for the young guns that we've got. There's been a price tag put on the Aubameyang potential deal, and it's been quoted of around 50 to 50 million pounds. Now, again, buying someone that's going to bag you 30 to 25 goals every season, whether it's a year, 2 years like Van Persie, that's not a bad deal. However, I can't see too much truth in this deal in itself. So I'm going to give that one a 30%. Harry Maguire. Now, it's been reported that he's gone to Leicester and asked for the move in a purely professional manner. Brendan Rodgers has come out and said that he praises Maguire basically for his attitude. He's been no issues at all, just cracked on with it, which is why he's been included on all the matchday squads. As the week progressed, it did go on to say that Harry Maguire is frustrated with Leicester's stance on things in terms of the transfer value that they're wanting from Manchester United, which is around £90 million, which would indeed be a world record fee for a defender. It also goes on to say that Harry Maguire, his preference would be Manchester United, as he feels that's a better fit for him. And he wants to be in a place where his heroes were in Rio Ferdinand and Manny Vidic. Now, there's been whispers of him being a Manchester United supporter. I couldn't say one way or the other, but it would bode well if he was. Now, in terms of this deal actually going through, I think Man United is just going to push until Leicester accepts, and I believe Maguire's patience will wear thin as it goes on, if it goes on for an extended period of time. For the Harry Maguire deal, I'm going to give that one an 80% chance. Sean Longstaff. Now, obviously over the week it broke that Newcastle were looking for 50 million. Obviously, that's what we paid for Wan-Bissaka, or 45 plus 5 in add-ons. But I think Newcastle's just trying to stave off interest from Manchester United because they know that's not a realistic figure to be asking for. Now, do I think it's going to finish there? It all depends on how much Ollie wants Longstaff. Obviously, Woodward's not really going to want to be paying 50 mil for that, for an somewhat unproven midfielder at 21. But again, he fits the ethos and profile of Solskjaer's plan and style going forward. Can't see us paying 50 million for him. 20 to 25 mil is more realistic. I'm going to give this one 35% chance. Bruno Fernandes, the ongoing saga. Now, Portuguese press, A Bola and Correio da Manhã both agree that agent Miguel Pino is in England and is expected to return to Sporting with concrete offers for Bruno Fernandes. It's also been reported that there's a chance that a deal has already been agreed. However, there's been nothing reported back since. Right, now check this one out. It's inevitable. Man United are obviously dragging their heels. Now, it's reports suggesting that Tottenham are right back in the race for Bruno Fernandes. Not to say that they definitely ever were, but that's what's coming out of Portugal. I would have been surprised if Spurs did call their interest with Eriksen looking on leaving. But it's been reported that Spurs are right back in the race for Bruno Fernandes. Spurs being back in for Bruno Fernandes may not be such a bad thing. It may indeed force United, if they really do want Bruno Fernandes, to actually stop messing about with the fee and pay Sporting what they want. Another Portuguese report suggested that in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference, their take on what his information was about the deal was that Sporting won't get the 70 million euros that they want for him. Sorry, 70 million pounds that they want for him. They're more likely instead to get the 60, which isn't including any bonuses. So just to drop that back in, Man United are only looking on paying 60. Sporting want 70 million. Manchester United aren't going to be putting any more add-ons on top of that 60 million. So it sounds like to me it's getting to a stage where it's going to be a take it or leave it offer. So if there isn't any other suitors for Bruno Fernandes, they may well accept it. If not, then there's other suitors in for Bruno Fernandes, because not forgetting we do have a good relationship with Sporting Lisbon. But with this dragging on so long, I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and said, no, we've had enough. I think this one is just one that Woodward doesn't want to pay over the odds for. He's not a massively proven European player. So I think Woodward just doesn't want to get burnt on the transfer fee. I'm giving this one a 90% deal that this will go through. On to the outs. Major ones being obviously Pogba and Lukaku. Pogba one, the longer it rumbles on, you've got people coming out like Andreas Pereira saying, I'm going to get him to stay. You know, Solskjaer's obviously saying what a great guy he is and what a great character he is. The longer this rumbles on, the more and more likely it is that he will stay. That being said, obviously Juventus have some interesting players that would be of interest to Manchester United. One of those being Paulo Dybala, who it's been reported this week that there's been contact with. Also, part of a swap deal has been suggested that Blaise Matuidi has been offered as well. So it's player plus cash deal. I don't know if it's one player or two player plus cash deal. I'd imagine it's one plus cash, but I'd be happy to take Paulo Dybala off their hands for sure. Blaise Matuidi is not a bad substitute for Ander Herrera, who obviously plays with Pogba in the international team. But obviously Dybala didn't have a great season last season with Juventus, but that was with the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo. We all know how much spotlight Ronaldo takes. So there could be something in that one. I'm going to give the Paul Pogba deal for him leaving. That's including a swap deal, player plus cash. I'm going to give that a 40%. Big Romelu Lukaku. Now, this one writings on the wall. He's not training much. He's not playing in the friendly games. I can only see him leaving. Obviously, there's been another bid apparently rejected. Sky Sports suggests today for 53.9 mil. Obviously, Man United are more looking for 75 million plus in terms of what they paid for him. And Inter simply don't have the money. They've offered players to us for Lukaku plus cash, but Manchester United is just saying they just want cash only. They don't want players. For me, this one, just gotta let him go. I just can't see the point in him sitting around during training and also games. Solskjaer's come out and said he's got another knock, but if he's got a knock, why is he sitting on the bench? Why is he not getting treatment? Yeah, the sooner this one's wrapped up, the better. This one I'm giving 95% chance that Romelu Lukaku goes. Okay, guys, and that will do it for today's transfer update. I will also be doing a match review on the Manchester United versus Inter Milan. Guys, if you like, don't forget to drop a like, share and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.